By the end of this video, you're going to have a clear understanding of how to learn Forex trading profitably. I'm going to teach you with 5 steps, a system, which is a self-improvement system for every trading rule you have, so you can endlessly improve each trading rule forever. And I'm also going to show you at the end my FTMO challenge, where I'm currently at and how I plan to pass it. So stay tuned until the end of the video. Now, when I decided to learn Forex trading, I looked around at different mentors, different videos, different people that I thought had good approaches, bad approaches. And I didn't just dive in with the first person that I saw. And many of you know that I went with Nick Sean and joined his full program, which I recommend. It's quite a simple approach. And if you want to see my analysis every single day, I share it for free in Telegram. The link's in the description. Now, the main thing that I learned, and actually I would argue is the most important thing in trading and virtually anything that you want to pursue, is I learned how to learn. And really, once you've learned how to learn, there's essentially nothing you can't do. And I would argue that this is what most profitable traders have in common, is that they have the ability to continually self-improve and learn new things and improve their system. Now, in this video, I'm going to go through 5 steps that you need to do to learn Forex trading profitably. I would do this whether I've already started Forex trading, whether I'm brand new to it, doesn't really matter. It's what I do right now, and it's what I wish I'd done from the very start, and it would have saved me quite a bit of time. You need to be disciplined in order to do them all. And if you get profitable at the end as a side effect of doing these 5 steps, then good for you. That's the approach that I want you to have. Now, this video could easily be hours long, but to keep it brief, I'm going to go through each step and quite briefly and clearly outline what it is you need to do. So step 1 is you need to create a journal. And I'm going to show you a template I've got now, and I'm going to drop this template in the description for free. Now, in this template, I've got some trading rules. Here, you can obviously use these, use your own, whatever you want to do. Keep it simple. Got some goals of what you want to achieve. These are just some examples here. Got some data. Now, this is where you track your results and things you want to check. For example, here, I'm tracking, was it with a daily trend, an H4 trend? Was that trade a win, loss, break even, small win, partial loss, etc., etc. And also a backtesting page where you just insert links, you backtest certain trading rules and things you want to improve and find out. So that's step 1, is have a journal, track everything. Now, step number 2 is decide on some super basic and easy trading rules. You think trading is some massive complicated thing where so many moving parts are to it. Very rarely that's not the case. Very rarely the profitable traders have 2, 3, 4 trading rules which they stick to. Now, when you want to start looking at fundamentals, that becomes a bit different. People like to analyze that more and more longer term outlooks. But if you're trading on technicals and you're looking to trade like within the day or within a week, and it's not a long-term trade, and you're just looking for a few things to line up, you probably, I have 3 trading rules. That's it, maximum. Okay, you want to keep it super simple, really easy. Now, what you do with these trading rules is they are there to collect data, not to make you your first million. Now, the next thing I want you to do is not create a Forex account and start testing it with real money or demo. Is I want you to backtest it. If you've seen my recent video, I talked all about backtesting and why it's so useful. And your job when you're backtesting it is not, again, to be profitable. It is to backtest the rules. That's what you're trying to do. And I want you to do this for 50 to 100 trades. The more the better, but 50 minimum. An example here is that you just draw up a chart, you go back a bunch in time, you hit the replay feature. Now, let's just say for whatever reason that this hit my trading rules. We're going to go long, and we just let the trade play out, see what happens, and it looks like it was a winner. And then all you do here is you just mark down that one trade was a winner. You can mark out the reason for entry, make sure it hits your rules, and you're just collecting a ton of data. So that's 3 steps so far. So step 1 is create a journal to track everything. Step 2 is to decide on some really basic trading rules, no more than 3. Step 3 is to backtest at least 50 trades. So then we've done 3 steps now. So we've got a trading system, we've backtested 50 trades. Now, step 4 and 5 is where it gets a little bit different and interesting. So if those 50 backtested trades were profitable, now you're ready to go onto a demo account for 1 to 2 months. So you go into a demo account, you trade exactly the same as you were backtesting for 1 to 2 months. Now you're learning more of the art of trading, of like waiting, being patient, the mental side of things. Of course, you're not risking real money yet, but you're also figuring out like what time of day is best to trade, because overnight spreads widen and it's worse to enter. You're figuring out, is it best to enter when the candle ends or whilst the candle is still finishing and playing out? All these little subtle nuances to trading you're now starting to figure out for yourself. So that is step number 4. Now, obviously, if the backtesting was not profitable or break even, then you need to go back through the rules, and from what you've learned, you need to obviously just analyze which rule is not working the best. It could be that when you trade with the trend on the H4 chart, it doesn't tend to work. So it could just be that you're not going to trade with the trend, you're going to ignore the trend. So that's step number 4, you've traded on a demo. Again, to get past step number 4, the demo needs to be profitable for 1 to 2 months. If you're not profitable 1 to 2 months, you look back at the trading rules and you see, why were there so many losers? Why was I not profitable? It could be the rules. It could be that you didn't stick to the rules, in which case it's a mental effect. Now, you can see all this for yourself, or it might be a good idea to have someone else look at the chart for you. Could be a friend, could be a mentor, anyone in the trading space, and get a second opinion. Now, let's assume that you are profitable. We go to step number 5. So step number 5 is obviously we open up a real account and you start trading it with real money. And you just keep repeating this process. However, you continue to track all your data, all your results forever, and you can see how you can optimize it. And once a month, twice a month, you look back at all your trades and you see what the losers have in common, what the winners have in common. And you see, how could you have made more money this month? How could you have prevented anything? Sometimes there's not much you can do. Sometimes you followed your rules and it was just a bad period. But sometimes you'll look back and you'll realize, actually, I've been trading like a 1 to 2 risk to reward. And if I traded a 1 to 1, I would have got a lot more winners and I would have been profitable. And it's been like that for some time now. So it's all about data. It's all about self-improvement. So these 5 steps are essentially the 5 steps which I've done the entire time. I've back-tested ideas. When I've got good at those ideas, I've demo tested them. If they're still good in demo, I've live tested them. And that's essentially it. Now, as promised at the end of the video, I'm going to show you my current FTMO challenge and where we are at. So here you can see I've got a 25k swing account on FTMO. I don't necessarily think funded accounts are the best thing in the world. Of course, they've got all these rules, these hidden challenges, these things you can't do. But for somebody that's not a millionaire and doesn't have millions to play with, it's probably the next best option. So far I took one trade and it was a winner, and we are so far up 1,600 and we need to get to 2,500. So that's it. We took a long on USD CAD. Unfortunately, I closed the trade at the end of the day because being in a long and being up in profit, it has its daily loss limits. So if you were in profit on a trade and then it does go and hit the stop loss, I would have failed on the daily loss limit. So I had to play it safe, because unfortunately in the end it would have gone on to be a winner and I would have passed the whole thing in one trade with a $2,500 winner. So essentially my plan is that on round 1 you need to make 2,500 without losing more than 2,500 and without losing more than 1250 in a day. So I just entered with 1250 risk on a 2-to-1 trade. That was essentially my plan, and wanting the trade to finish within 1 day. Unfortunately, it finished within 2 days and it would have been a winner, but there you go. When I pass this phase 2 will be to just do a 1-to-1 winner, risking the whole daily limit. And that is essentially it. I've tested this through my journal, and if I've done this, I will pass an FTMO challenge account every couple of attempts. I may fail this attempt, but I know that eventually I will pass one and I will be funded. It's just a matter of time. So I hope you found this video useful and you got a lot from it. Remember, the template's in the description, so make sure you use that if you need to. And I'd love to hear about all your progress, so drop them in the comments. Cheers.